welcome back to 2A Wolf. Oh man, the sun's bright. The temperature, it's clear, but it is getting chilly again. So on the truck, kind of dealing with that heater thing, getting that going. I got to get some wires pulled, but I remembered that I still got to paint out the bedroom. I got to get that painted before I can start sticking stuff on the walls. So got to clean some of that up and get some plastic down and get that painted and allow it to dry. Then I can start doing some of the wiring. Hey, I did want to give a shout out to Perry. He's been following along since the beginning. Thank you, Perry, for the idea. He suggested on that diesel heater, I keep saying exhaust, it's really not exhaust, but the heater exhaust part. I put in, if you saw the last one, I put in the 3-inch vent tube that you would use like on top of a water heater or whatever. And it's pretty heavy, but he had a good suggestion. That flexible muffler, or he suggested maybe putting muffler pipe in there, which is a good idea, but then they make that flexible muffler section. It's kind of like stainless steel. I'm going to look into that because if that's really heavy and it's flexible, so I might do that. I'm going to look for it. So thanks again, Perry. So anyways, got to get over there. I got to clean up the bedroom and get that prepped, lay down some plastic and some paper. So all this has to be moved again, so that way I can put plastic on the floor and paint all the walls. And of course, this is crowded, so I got to make some room to get all that stuff over on this side again. Alrighty, got everything taped off as best as I could. Now we do have some white channel that's going to go around here and fill the gaps, but got the floor covered in plastic, and so part of this I'll have to paint while our partition door is open. Then I'll close it and paint this other stuff. But yeah, so tomorrow, which is going to be the warmest day of the week, which is 56, I think, we'll paint tomorrow, I guess. So, oh, hey, before I forget, if you guys are on Facebook, you ought to look up a group called Big Truck Overland. It's a little bit newer group, but it has big truck projects like this one. So shout out to them. I jumped on their page. I'll be posting stuff on there as well. So if you guys like big trucks for big guys, that's the place you got to check out and see what they're doing. So check it out. Picked up some paint, and I'm not going to bore you with the painting. But anyways, I picked up some paint, and I'll kind of show you a before and after. The temperature is currently holding 67. I got the little heater on. So we'll go through and get this knocked out. I don't know if you can see the difference. I don't know if the camera picks it up, but white, pure white's on that side and the panel white is on that side. So anyways, yeah, and that's just the first coat. So we gotta do the rest. Okay, threw a second coat on it. Pretty bright, but I think the fumes are gonna get to me anyways. But yeah, and then like I said, we have trim and molding and stuff, but it's getting dark, or the light's getting worse. I couldn't have any cords coming through the door because that door had to be closed so I can do the panel behind it. So yeah, we'll see what it looks like when it dries, and we'll take all the blue tape off. There's a couple of casualties, but I can get them cleaned up. Not too bad. Perry had said about getting and putting in this heavy muffler flex stuff, and I did find some, got some adapters. I took the elbow back off, but I can't get this to make a sharp enough corner, currently anyways, to get into. Okay, get it right there. So if I start leaning it, that ain't gonna work. Ugh. And even if I put an elbow, you know, if I put an elbow on, I might get closer, but then the elbow's gonna be the weak spot too. I don't know. Let me think about it. See if I can figure out how to make this thing turn sharper, but I think it'll only do it if I bend it, which at this point I already paid for it, so it doesn't really matter, I guess. With some manipulation, I got it to turn. I'll see if I can take that stupid tag off of it. Had to do some cutting, some bending, and that is some heavy duty stuff. Holy smokes, you can't cut it with a Sawzall, that's for sure. So I think that would be a lot better, and that is pretty tough stuff. And I'm gonna make it so I can take it apart, so if I ever have to replace it. Okay, that's pretty solid. I like it. So yeah, so thanks, Barry. I think that's solid. You know, there was another follower who was asking me, do I plan on running a fuel line for my diesel heater over to the main fuel tank? Right now, no, but in the future, yes. Shouldn't be that hard. I've seen a lot of people do it, and that's the smart way to do it. That way you don't have to worry about trying to pull it out every time for fuel. And you just put it in your fuel tank and just don't let it suck less than like a quarter of a tank or something, because you don't want it to run out of gas. There was somebody else that made a suggestion, another follower, 22AJ, I think it's 22AJ55 or something like that. I think you're like from Britain or something. I saw the British flag, I think. Don't take no offense, I'm not big on flags. Maybe you were down under. It was a really small flag, bear with me. So anyways, he suggested that don't waste the space that's under the platform under the base sinks. He's got a good point. He or she got a good point. I did take a brief look at it, and there is a couple of spots where I can use that space for extra stuff, and I think I'm going to do that. So once again, thank you very much for the suggestion. Okay, it's going to look like that. Got my quick twist lock sewer thing. I got the pin in here to hold that. I got 2 bolts to hold it from moving. I cut a vent hole for the exhaust, and I'll just poke some holes over here for intake. Now, I've done this before, so I have a magnetic plate that it'll keep mud and stuff from getting in there while I'm driving. But I'll have holes there, so the intake is right here, goes to the heat exchanger, and then the warm air comes out that, exhaust goes down, fresh air draws in right there. So I think that'll work. Now I gotta start on the inside one. Well, that took a lot of energy. So replace that exhaust pipe. I call it exhaust pipe. Replace that, got it all screwed in. That's hard as a rock. It's not going anywhere. In the worst case, if it gets damaged, I have a way to take it back out and replace it. So that one's done. The guy from Britain, well, he had the flag. He talked about using the under the platform for storage and stuff. I think I'm going to do that and make some pop-off faces so that way I can shove stuff in there. But I did go ahead and cut a full access hole because I started thinking I'm not going to be able to. So there's where the one vent's going to come out for the heater, right there. And that Y's off. And then that vent is right there. So that'll be for the bedroom. And then this will be for the kitchen area. And they are a little difficult to, you would think that they're not that hard. You can play with them and take them apart and stuff. But when you put the 3 mounting screws in there, the vent that has to pop into the channel rubs on those screws, and if it doesn't sit all the way flat, it pops off. So I had to dig around and find some really small screws, shallow head screws, so that way that rotating vent doesn't slide on top of the screw heads. So anyways, and then this one is actually going to be mounted on, so I'm going to have fascia board that's going to go all the way around, and then I'll have some fake pop out ones that go along the bottom over there so that I can pop it out and put extra stuff. So, oh man, so that was a challenge, but got it done. Okay, so still got, oh, before I forget, hit the subscribe button. Get more and more subscribers. That's really nice. Make sure you hit the like button too. That's kind of cool. So I do have to run some heavy wire for the power inverter that goes in this cabinet, and then I have to run power down to the fridge before I get that all settled. And I think I have enough room to bring the other wires in, because I have one wire I got to bring in for the under cabinet lights. So that'll be fun. So anyways, you can follow me on Facebook too at 2A Wolf. You can follow me on Facebook. You can send a comment. A lot of you guys have been commenting. Thank you very much. Any kind of concerns that you see, you can put that down. That's kind of cool. I love hearing from you guys. So anyways, if you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, leave them down below. Make sure you hit the share, like, and subscribe button. I would highly appreciate it. And I'll see you next time on 2A Wolf.